Any truck driver knows that the biggest hazard to them are in the four-wheelers around the truck. In this video, we'll discuss 5 facts about four-wheelers that every truck driver should know. There's nothing worse than working outside with cold, wet gloves. The Never Limited mobile glove dryer will dry your gloves while you're on the fly. Easy to grab and use when you need it. Check out neverlimitedproducts.com. The first fact is the me-first attitude among four-wheelers presents a real problem and a danger for truck drivers. Four-wheelers are so busy checking their makeup in the mirror, or talking on their cell phone, or doing texts on their cell phone, or thinking about what they're going to have for dinner, or what's in their daybook today, what time Johnny's soccer game is. They're thinking about everything but concentrating on driving safely. The four-wheelers don't give a rat's ass about safety or about you, because it's all about them. Fact 2, four-wheelers think truck drivers are nothing but a menace. So while four-wheelers have all this stuff going on in their heads, concentrating on anything but the driving, they come across a truck, the truck going too slow, or the truck's in the lane they need, and they got to hit the ramp if the truck's in the road, and that's why they think we're a menace, because they look up, we're always in the road, they're not smart enough to focus on what they're doing, where they're going, they don't know what lane they should be in to hit the ramp, for instance. They just look up every once in a while, truck's in the road, and they think you're the hazard. They think you're the menace. Most four-wheelers are just trying to get from point A to point B as fast as they possibly can. And anything that's in their road at all bothers them. And it's not above them to play like a lane hopscotch, dodging cars and trucks like an Indy driver, just to get where they're going 2 minutes faster. Fact 3, most four-wheelers think they're excellent drivers. In fact, in a recent survey done by a trucking institute, four-wheelers determined that 83% of the time they felt they were better drivers than the truck drivers on the road. In fact, they're so overconfident in their abilities, they become even more lax and even worse drivers, if you think that's possible, but it is. So it's a downhill slide from there. Some of the worst four-wheelers are the older people that haven't been tested in years. They lose their ability to look around and be able to view everything properly. Their reaction time is down. Their eyesight is lower. They've got all these physical issues now in older age that makes them a worse driver. My father was a victim of that, for instance. In his later years, he didn't have the mobility in his neck, so he couldn't twist his neck, so he couldn't see what was coming up beside him or look in the mirror. And we pleaded with him to give up his license, but he kept it anyway. Fact 4, there are a growing number of four-wheelers that are becoming anti-truck activists. Many four-wheelers believe they have more rights to be on the road than truck drivers do. Look at the proposal from a group called I Drive Safely. Their proposal to Senate is that all trucks be banned from all the roads during periods of rush hour so the four-wheelers can get to their destinations more quickly. Fact 5, most four-wheelers don't even make the connection between trucks and our economy. Most four-wheelers don't even make the connection that trucks bring everyone their food and their clothing, and that we need the trucks to survive. Look at this I Drive Safely group. They've missed that point completely. Now, you used to see bumper stickers back in the day that said, if you got it today, a truck brought it. You don't hardly see those bumper stickers anymore, and it's sad because the majority of the public has forgotten that just about everything they get is brought by truck. It's ironic when you think about it, that trucks deliver gas to the gas stations so the four-wheelers can fuel up, get out on the highway, and cut off the trucks. At the end of the day, you realize that what separates the professional drivers from everybody else is the truck drivers are focused solely on the drive and on safety, as compared to everyone else who's focused on anything but. It's a sad statement, but it's also a true statement. The National Traffic Highway Safety Administration has determined through surveys that when trucks and cars are involved in an accident together, 91% of the time, the accident's been triggered by the four-wheeler. What does this show? It proves what we already knew already. That most four-wheelers can't drive worth a damn. So remember, bottom line, you're the professional driver. You've got to stay focused. You've got to keep your head in the game, because the four-wheelers around you do not have their heads in the game, and that's the difference. That's what makes you the professional. Now, I should probably tell a four-wheeler story, and I've got so many of them, frankly, I've lost count over the years. And I've lost count how many times I've been cut off by four-wheelers. And I know I've told you the one about having the guy gas on it when he got in front of me and the road was all icy. I had another really bad scare that I'll never forget from a four-wheeler in Flint, Michigan. And it was a young girl. I watched her get on the ramp and come up beside me. She was young, she wasn't paying attention. She actually was talking on her phone and doing her hair at the same time. And I saw her, and the roads were dry, the visibility was great, and she cut right in front of me coming off the ramp. It was one of those deals when, once again, I lost sight of that four-wheeler underneath the hood of my truck. And in this case, luckily the roads were dry, but I had a straight bore tank on the back. I hammered on the brakes. A second later, the load caught up to me, slammed the front of the trailer, slammed me, and the whole truck jumped forward maybe another few feet. I thought for sure in one of those instances I would hit her. I didn't hit her at all, and she just drove off and accelerated like she didn't even know. And I'm sure she didn't know. I'm sure she had no clue she was within seconds of dying. So there's why you've got to pay so much attention, because they're not paying any attention at all. Remember, you've got to keep your head in the game, because the four-wheelers don't have their head in the game. Stay safe, keep the rubber side down, and I'll see you on the back haul.